I did 100 drawings in 20 days to fix my proportions, and by the end, I could draw animals from memory. Here's day 1, day 7, day 14, and day 20. I gave myself a few strict rules: 2 minutes per drawing, only markers, no erasing, and everything on 3x5 flashcards. The goal was simple: get better proportions and make faster decisions. I focused on 3 animals: cats, bears, and lemurs, because they have completely different body types. Cats are all about gesture and flow, bears are heavy with short limbs and a lot of mass, and lemurs are basically grapes with limbs. All joking aside, they're really hard to balance. Using only markers forced me to commit to every line, and with only 2 minutes, there's no time to overthink, just decide and move. Here's day 1. This cat is rough, but still one of my favorites. I was building everything out of tiny shapes, triangles, circles, squares, just trying to figure it out. Here are 3 of my favorite cats I drew. This one is where I really started to understand the overall flow instead of drawing piece by piece. This one feels more confident, the lines are simpler and more intentional. And this one is where I started exaggerating features like the whiskers and ears for more personality. By day 7, something clicked. I was using fewer shapes, drawing faster, and making more confident decisions. I also started experimenting more with color, figuring out what I naturally gravitated toward when I didn't have time to think. And then I moved on to bears, and it immediately felt like I forgot everything I just learned. This is my first bear. It felt clunky. I went right back to blocking everything out with basic shapes, just trying to understand the form again. But by day 2, I adjusted way faster than I did with cats. Here are my favorite 3 bears. This is one where I started to understand their weight and how to ground them. This one feels more balanced, the proportions are more natural. And this is one where I found a style that I liked, especially focusing on the claws and the face. By the end, I really understood their shape and I leaned heavily into using blue for the body. So much so, I actually ran out of my blue marker. If anyone from Sharpie is watching, I need a refill. Then came lemurs. The best way I can describe them is a grape with limbs. This drawing still makes me laugh. The proportions felt completely wrong, but that's kind of just how they look. Small head, round body, long limbs, long tail. It just looks weird. Here are my favorite 3 lemurs I drew. This one is where I really started to understand their balance. This one feels more controlled. The proportions are finally making sense to me. And this one is where everything started to come together. At first, I couldn't even use simple shapes to break them down, but by the end I understood how to build them, and even had time to add small details. I also figured out my focus points, either the eyes or the tail, depending on the pose. This challenge helped me way more than I expected. I'm faster, more confident, and my proportions are actually accurate now, but the biggest difference, I can draw these animals from memory. Before this, I always messed up proportions without a reference. Now I can picture the pose in my head and actually draw it. And this challenge worked. So now I'm wondering what happens if I take this into 3D. Here's the next challenge I'm thinking of doing.